Hey friends, welcome to today's Cup of Encouragement. Did you know that there are only 78 shopping days left until Christmas? You're welcome. I thought about that this morning during my reading, reflecting, and praying time. How often do our prayers sound like a letter to Santa Claus? Dear God, give me. Dear God, bless me. Dear God, help me. Now, please understand, there is absolutely nothing wrong with praying for yourself. And most of us pray for other people in the same way. Dear God, please bless, heal, help, give, so and so. You fill in the blank with the name of someone or some situation that you care about. Those are good, appropriate, and loving prayers. Where we stumble is when God seems to be silent in his response and we start wondering what went wrong. Was it not God's will? Is there something wrong with me that kept God from answering? Is there something wrong with someone else that kept God from answering? Should I assume that it's not going to happen and just give up on prayer? I read a quote this morning from R.A. Torrey, who wrote extensively on prayer. It's a little longer than the quotes I usually share, but it's worth a few extra seconds to catch this whole thing. Quote, "Why is it that God does not give to us the very first time we ask the things we ask of him? The answer is plain. God would do more for us and better for us than to merely give us that thing. He would do us the far greater good of training us into persistent faith. The things that we get by other forms of effort than prayer to God do not always become ours the first time we make an effort to get them. For our own good, God compels us to be persistent in our effort. And just so, God does not always give us what we ask in prayer the first time we pray. Just as he would train us to be strong men and women along the other lines of effort, so also he would train us to be and make us to be strong men and women of prayer by compelling us to pray hard for the best things. He compels us to pray through." End quote. God isn't simply the source by which we obtain what we want or even what we need. He also isn't checking his naughty or nice list just to see if we have merited that for which we've asked. He is working to transform us into people who are joyfully learning how to consistently walk in step with him. It requires training, learning, waiting, listening. What pathetic lives we would live if God were no more than a vendor of heavenly prizes in response to prayer, no matter how heartfelt and selfless those prayers might be. So here's the question for today. What is God teaching you right now through prayers that seem unanswered? Be amazing today, my friend.